The morning sun rose slowly over the small mountain town as Thomas Walker tightened the straps of his worn backpack. He had been planning this hike for weeks. The air was crisp, with the scent of pine, and birds called from the high branches. Thomas felt peaceful and ready as he stepped onto the narrow trail that curved like a ribbon between steep cliffs. Not far behind him padded his loyal companion, a golden brown dog named Arrow. Arrow's tail wagged with quiet excitement, the dog rarely leaving Thomas's side ever since Thomas had found him abandoned near a gas station months earlier. They had become inseparable. The trail grew steeper, clouds gathered above the peaks, and Arrow barked as if sensing something. The wind strengthened, rain began to fall, and the dirt turned slick. Fog rolled in. Arrow suddenly stopped, ears raised, growling. A crack sounded above them. Rocks shifted, then broke free. Thomas reached out for Arrow, but the ground vanished beneath him. He fell, hitting a lower ledge hard. Pain shot through his leg. He couldn't stand. Arrow barked desperately from above. Thomas tried to move but collapsed, fear gripping him. Rain poured down, the ledge flooding with water. Arrow scratched at the cliff's edge, searching for a way down. Minutes later, muddy and determined, the dog found a narrow slope and slid toward Thomas. Hope flickered in Thomas's chest. Arrow licked his hand and circled anxiously. He wanted Thomas to move, but the pain was overwhelming. Arrow barked sharply, commanding him. Thomas crawled, each movement agony, while Arrow stayed close. The storm raged and the ledge trembled. Arrow guided him toward a narrow rocky passage where they found some shelter, and Thomas collapsed inside, exhausted. But Arrow was restless. He paced, then darted out into the storm. Thomas panicked as Arrow disappeared, but soon distant barking echoed through the fog. Thomas drifted in and out of darkness. When he woke, the storm had weakened. Arrow's barking carried from far away. Thomas dragged himself toward the shelter entrance, fog thick around him. Suddenly he heard growling, then a struggle. Arrow yelped. Thomas cried out helplessly. Moments later, Arrow returned, muddy and panting but unharmed. Relief washed over Thomas. Arrow remained restless. He hadn't been fighting an animal, he'd been trying to lead someone to them. Thomas understood this too late. No one had followed Arrow. The trail was too remote. But Arrow wasn't giving up. He tugged on Thomas's coat, urging him to move. Thomas protested, but Arrow barked sharply. With a deep breath, Thomas forced himself forward. Dawn approached as they crawled toward larger boulders. Arrow suddenly bolted ahead, and moments later, voices echoed through the fog. Arrow had found people. Thomas crawled as fast as his pain allowed. Arrow barked urgently, guiding rescuers toward him. Two volunteers emerged through the mist in bright orange jackets. Arrow ran in circles around them, barking until they reached Thomas. They checked his injuries, wrapped him in a thermal blanket, splinted his leg, and prepared a stretcher. "This dog led us right here," one rescuer said. "He saved my life," Thomas whispered. As they carried him up the mountain, Arrow trotted beside them. Sunlight broke through the clouds. Arrow remained close as the rescuers loaded Thomas onto a rescue ATV. "He's not letting you out of his sight," someone joked. Thomas felt tears as Arrow rested his head on his chest during the ride. At the mountain base, paramedics transferred Thomas into an ambulance, and Arrow jumped in immediately. "He can ride with you," a paramedic smiled. Arrow curled beside Thomas's arm during the drive to the hospital, refusing to leave him. Inside the hospital, nurses cleared a path for the stretcher, while Arrow trotted faithfully beside them. Doctors examined Thomas and confirmed the fall could have been fatal. Arrow remained at his bedside through every procedure, never straying far. Nurses brought him a blanket, and Arrow curled beside the bed, keeping watch. Thomas drifted to sleep with Arrow guarding him. He woke to soft afternoon light, and Arrow's gentle tail wag. Nurses explained that Arrow had refused to leave the room. Doctors praised the dog, explaining how he guided rescuers nearly a mile through dangerous terrain. Thomas looked at Arrow with pride, whispering that he would not be alive without him. Their bond deepened in that quiet hospital room. Weeks passed. Thomas grew stronger. Arrow never left his side, becoming a hospital favorite. During therapy sessions, Arrow stayed by his feet, motivating him. After a month, Thomas could stand again, and Arrow barked with joy. Eventually, Thomas was discharged. Nurses waved goodbye as Arrow trotted proudly beside the wheelchair. Outside, the warm sun greeted them. They rode home together. In his living room, Thomas settled into a chair and Arrow curled at his feet. Thomas reached down, stroking the fur of the dog who had saved his life. "Thank you," he whispered. Arrow closed his eyes, content. Their bond, forged on a stormy mountain, would last a lifetime.